Hey guys, this is Cheyanne here, and welcome back to another brand new episode of Blood Fusion 4 Bloodlines, The Finding of the Father. So here's the rundown. Haley gave birth to her son, Hunter, and she had this illness, and she got cured. Then, Carberoo got captured, after putting the twins to bed, and now they are off to the party. And right before they could do that, Carberoo gets captured, and, well, let's just say she transforms into a werewolf and Haley rescues her. So, yeah. Anyway, here's Chapter 4. Chapter 4, the markings to find him. As we looked at my markings the next day, we decided for us to go to Dr. Jiraki's lab. He looked at the markings and looked them up at the computer. Aha! Found them! Jiraki said. What are they, Jiraki? Haley asked. They are the Bloodline King map symbol, Jiraki said. They only tell whoever is in the Royan and is in the place of lying on the throne. It is tell them the Bloodline relative nearby to give us clues, he continued. Well, at least we know where to start, Haley said. Yeah, but it hurts me, I said, looking at my arm markings that's still giving me pain. So what does it say? Dome Price asked. Alright, let's scan it real quick, Jiraki said. He put my arm underneath the scanner and words appeared in English. Wow. It says, Jiraki said, to find the king, try to figure out where it all began. To turn back the clock to the right time to see your family member come back to life. It began at Little Smokies. That's where my father died, but why does they turn back the clock? I asked. Maybe it's a time question. Do you remember what time he died? Haley asked. 5 a.m. But how do we know he would tell where he's at? Asked Haley. Well, we have to wait at 5 a.m. tonight if he comes alive. Jessica said. It's only 10 p.m. We have 7 more hours before hours until he shows up. I said in worry. All right. We have to do stakeout. Me and Haley will take the first shift. Deshawn, Gerald, Jessica, you guys take the second. Raymond, Sapphire, Dylan, Vanna, you guys take the third. I said. Everyone got that? Haley asked. Everyone nodded. Then I said, all right, military Hummers, let's roll, I shouted. Then everyone went to a Hummer and drove off on stakeout. Haley and I waited to make sure that my dad would come back out. Now nowhere, a man with a goatee that was silver and walked in the place where my father died and knelt to the ground. He started to cry. His silver shaggy hair shined in the moonlight. That's my dad, I said, whispered to Haley. Haley nodded in agreement. I opened the door. Dad? I cried. I cried out loud to him. He looked at me and smiled. Carberoo? The man said. He looking at me. It's been 5 years, Dad. I'm so glad, I said, running him and hugging him, tears rolling down my face. I felt joy and happiness through me. King Mungo, it's really you, Haley said, running up. My father smiled and hugged both Haley and I. It is good to see you too. It's been over 5 years. I was gone. My father asked. Well, like you find a prince and marry him and 2 grandchildren, I said, smiling. What is the lad's name? He asked. Prince David Leaves Davies Jr. of England. I said happily. A prince from England, huh? My father said. And you have 2 grandchildren, a baby boy James Thomas Leon Davies and a girl named Emmy Nicolette Lenore Davies. I said happily. I finally got to see my father. For over 5 years I thought he was dead. But now he's holding me in his arms, hugging me. So now it was time to cure my brother, to get back home. But something was on my mind. It was Abby. If she was cured, would she become good again? Time could only tell. Then the rest of my crew came in their Hummers and saw that my father and everyone holding their Hummers got out of their Hummers and walked over slowly and Ben bowed to his feet. King Mangono, it's been long since seeing you again. Thank you for saving us from the darkness, Gerald said. You are very welcome. I could just stand there and let your people suffer. That's why we went to cure Leon. To himself, he might come home with us. To fight out the darkness, my father said, looking at me with a smile. Finally, we could be family again, I said, with tears flowing down my eyes, hugging my father, just to feel his body. Made me so happy, full of joy, to see my beloved father again. Now my kids will be able to see their grandfather and do stuff with him. Through my mind, it was me. If me and my family leave, who's going to be able to still defend Earth, the whole cities and everything, from future baddies? That thought went through my mind. Then I thought for a second. I came up with a conclusion. I decided to stay on Earth for a while until I am ready to become queen. Dad, I need to ask you something, I asked. What is it, my lovely daughter? He said, smiling at me. Well, I think I'm going to stay here for a while, till treaty is signed and everything, I said. Then my father smiled and said, I'm glad you made the decision. I won't let Leto rule until you come home, my father said. You better have your brother cured when I get back here. We'll be a whole family again. He said, Yes, father, I will. Do as you asked, I said calmly. Then DJ came into the scene, saw my father, then bowed to him. You must be my daughter's husband. My father looked at my husband. Yes, sir. I love your daughter with all my heart, DJ said. As you were, my father yelled. My crew stood up. Father, what are you going to do after we go get the space pod? I asked. Don't worry, my child. I have extra buried here. Took me a long time to make it, of course. He said. You're just like Grandpa, I said, smiling. Well, my father chuckled. Seems you've grown a bit of mother. You will be proud. He said, then enjoyed hugging me. You should get back to father, rule planet Aurora, while I'm gone, I said. He nodded. I will return when I'm ready, I said. As I saw my beloved the space pod leave orbit, I started crying a little. Then Haley hugged me. He'll be back. Someday. Don't worry. Right now you've got a family to take care of, Haley said, smiling. Looking up at the sky, me and Haley were thinking that maybe my father would thank Haley's dad for taking care of me. Haley and I smiled at each other and looked up again. This time, he's back. My father has returned and become king once again. Hopefully Little will help him out. Well, guys, this is our beginning of us and our children, how they grow up to be. Till then, until we're ready, I said. Everyone nodded in agreement. So we all rode back home. Our future of things us all together were separated forever. 3 months later. Chapter 5. Quentin escapes again. Haley was babysitting the kids while I was away for a minute, then turned on the TV until the news title of the breaking news, Quentin Squad and Abby escapes. And just then, said the newsman on the TV, Abby and Quentin, the formal criminals of the Quentin Squad, escaped earlier today. If you'll see those two, call the authorities, the Wolf Squad, for help. Haley's eyes went wide in shock. She grabbed her cell phone and called me. The phone buzzed and buzzed, but no answer. Damn it! She shouted, tossing her phone on the couch. Then she went to get Zach. He was asleep, still exhausted for 12-hour shift, ended 2 hours ago. Zach? Zach! Haley yelled. He woke up and moaning. What? He groaned. Quentin and Abby escaped, Haley asked. What? How? Zach asked. I don't know, but I think it's something to do with Abby, her plan trying to get back at us, She said. We'll try to contact Carver and DJ's cells, Zach said, getting up tired right before he can call me and DJ. We both walked into the door. We're home, I yelled. Haley ran downstairs the fast as she could. Carver! Haley said out of breath. Quentin escaped from the prison again, she continued. I looked at her, and I noticed she was serious. How? No, that can't be how, I said. I don't know. But it might have to do something with Abby and her schemes to take us out, she said. Suddenly, we heard a knock on the door. Haley grabbed her M911 2027 edition. We walked slowly to the door, deep breaths. I opened the door very fast, claws and fangs showed. We jumped, but we noticed it was Gerald, Dishon, and Jessica. Haley put away her gun, and I retracted my claws and teeth. Guys, don't do that, I said. Why? Dishon asked. It's Quentin and Abby. They escaped this morning, Haley said. We have to be careful. They could pop up anywhere at any given time, I said. Then I realized why they escaped. They're after their son. They're trying to get their son away from the school academy, I said. Oh, God, are you sure? Haley asked. I nodded. We better get there to hurt anybody, Haley said. We went to their morphing suits at the lab. Drocky's lab. Everyone was there. Then Drocky gave us new suits, but this time they were like normal clothing. Same design. But we were knocked out about 4 years ago. The equipment looks good. Thanks, Drocky, Haley said. Drocky nodded. Anyway, you also have to have these. They're like vests. They're like a black, but they have your name tags on them at the left chest area. Nice, I said excitedly. Then we heard a big bang coming from the academy. We ran to see the Quentin and Abby were shooting military weapons at the academy. What the hell is... There's kids in there, I shouted at them. My eyes went yellow. My claws came out. Fangs were as sharp as it could be. My tail sprouted from my tailbone. Right before I could spring at them, Haley stopped me. She calmed me down and said, Guys, morphing time, go! Then I started to morph into human canine DNA. DNA sliced itself and reconstructed wolf DNA. My eyes went from hazel to gold still. Fingernails went more sharper. Body structure went to wolf. My legs became canine. My muzzle formed. Silver fur and bristles sprayed out of my body. My hands became paws, and so did my feet. My transformation complete. And my other crew members, were in their wolf form too as well. Ready when you are, Carbrew. Haley grunted with the wolf form, growling and snarling, and went straight towards Abby and my little brother. The two soldiers stopped in our tracks. Abby laughed. You thought you could stop me and my husband from getting our son back? She chuckled in an evil way. Abby, those kids are innocent, and your son's in there too. Just letting you know, I gnarled her teeth at her. She looked at me with a dirty look. Then she turned to her wolf without no hesitation. Then running towards me and grunted and snarling. Then she ran to me and started fighting, scratching claws. Blood in the stomach. Scratched me in the stomach. I was dripping blood a little bit. She snarled and bit me in the leg. Tried to get back. She bit me in the neck. I whimpered. The rest of my crew came and protected me. Haley ran to me and saw that I was bleeding in the leg and neck. It was bleeding heavily and whimpering at the same time. Then Haley, filled with her rage, from her eyes to golden yellow to red and orange. You monster! She's a mother of two! How dare you! She snarled. Then Haley ran to her and fired in her eyes. Then Haley scratched Abby many times as she could count. Then Abby and Quentin both ran away with their tail between their legs. And Haley moved her back and shouted, And never ever come back! I was in my human form, losing a lot of blood. My wounds were dangerously deep. I moaned in pain. Haley ran towards me, trying to stop the bleeding. She had silver nitrate nail polish on her fingernails. I said, trying to stay alive. Shh, it's okay, I'll get help. Haley was trying to stay calm. Someone call a damn bus, she screamed. Dishon dialed 911. This is the low school member Dishon. A man down. I repeat, man down. Bring a bus. He said, Copy that, member Dishon. Help is on the way. I heard sirens right before I passed out. And then the ambulance came and took me to the emergency room. Oxygen mask and the whole thing. The only thing that helped me stay alive was Haley, running along the stretcher, following me. Which every step it finally went to the operating room. And the doctor stopped at Haley and said, Ma'am, You need to stay here. Will she be all right? Haley asked, with tears running down her face. Only time can tell, ma'am. Please stay here. The doctor walked in the operating room. Then Haley ran her fist in the wall, breaking the drywall into pieces, shouting, "Why?" Her eyes were golden yellow. We're going back and forth from hazel to golden yellow. Hours have passed. Haley and the others were waiting for news from me. Haley was pacing back and forth. This is not happening, she thought, repeatedly, over and over again. Then the doctor came out with blood on his hands and his clothing. Doctor? Haley said, "Don't worry. She's a fighter. She's alive. You guys can wait until she can recover," Doctor said. Everyone was filled with relief and joy. DJ came running after he heard the news and panted over worry. He says, "Is he all right?" He asked. Everyone nodded. DJ sighed in relief. "Thank God," he said. "We just have to wait till she wake up. Then we have and talk. Then we talk." Haley said. Several hours had passed. Everyone was in my hospital room. I slowly opened my eyes. I moaned, trying to Mofka's wake up. "Carbo, she's waking up," Jessica said excitedly. "Haley," I moaned, looking around. "I'm here, don't worry," Haley said, stood up by my bedside. "Where am I?" I moaned. "Here in the hospital. You had to have surgery. Your wounds were deep." Zach said, "Babe, I told Tom Humper to watch the kids until we get back. He'll watch them for us the whole night," DJ said. I smiled at DJ. Then we heard the doctor knock at the door. The doctor stepped in. "Hi, I'm Dr. Tosman. I'm the one who did surgery on you," said Dr. Tosman. "You were heavily damaged, but thanks to me, you're much better," he said. "Thanks," I said, smiling. The nurse came into the room. "All right, everyone, time to head to your homes, except for you, Mrs. Davies. She needs some rest," she said. "Well, I better get home and babysit the kids again," Haley said. Then she and Zach walked out of the room, and everyone else followed. 2 weeks later. Oh, okay, let's see. I got 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so this is chapter 6. Cato's aunt's rage and Leon's return to the good side. After I got out of the hospital, Haley and others were waiting for me out of the mansion, celebrating me coming home after the incident. I had bandages on me to make sure I didn't lose the get infection where Abby clawed me with the silver nitrate in her claws. And afterwards, Haley and I were at the academy, and we saw Cato running away. Whoa, what's the matter, big guy?" I asked. "There's some mean people in the academy," Cato responded. "Well, who are they? No one's going to treat our little nephew," Haley said, bending down and ruffling Cato's shaggy black hair, tears running down his face and eyes glimmering. Really? "Really?" he cried to me and Haley. We nodded. "Why were they making fun of you?" Haley asked. "They were teasing me about my incident with Mommy and Daddy. They were saying I'm evil because of my eyes," he said, crying even worse. Anger bubbled through me. Then I went into school. "Carbu!" Haley cried out of me, but I didn't hear because I was in rage. I burst through the door. I saw 2 young boys who had biker leather jackets on and goggles on their hair. "That was funny," said one of the first boys, who was about age 9, and the other one looked about 8. "Yeah, I can't believe he goes running to his mommy," the other boy mocked with laughter. The children looked angry at them, looking at them like they were their own classmates, which they were. "Hey!" I shouted. The boys stopped laughing and looked away. "Oh, crap," the 9-year-old boy said. "We're in deep trouble now," a little girl said, about Cato's age 7. "What makes you think you can make fun of my nephew?" He's trying to do some good, but you keep hurting his feelings, calling him evil. He is not. And if you need to be in the wolf squad, a cat army, you need to make sure you're not making fun of your own comrades, huh? Can you answer that? I shouted. Then the boy started to cry. Detention for both of you. Let's see how you like it if you were called evil. When you're actually not, I continued. Sorry, Commander Carberry, the boys said with their heads down. Haley came in with Cato out of breath. Is everything okay? I heard shouting. I'm beat, she said exhaustedly. Cato, go back to your desk. We're going to not anyone hurt you, okay? And anymore, I said. Cato went back to the desk, and the girl next to him at his age asked with the ageless accent, Are you all right? Cato nodded. Haley and I walked out of school and went back to the lab. There you are, you two. We were just waiting for you, Jiraki said. About what? I asked. Look at the news, Vanna responded. Me and Haley looked at the news. TV. It was on about my brother and Abby resurrecting the Quentin squad from the ashes. Oh no, this cannot happen. We have to cure him once and for all, I said. We got the materials for the cure of the Roaring Light shot, but all these jars, we need to put them in syringes, Haley said. For both Abby and my brother, I said. Everyone in agreement, and it's settled. We'll go after them to cure them both, I said. But it was 1:19 p.m. We snuck in the facility wearing super soldier uniforms. Then me and Haley went into the room where Abby and Quentin were. My brother saw them just sleeping. I drew out my syringe and stuck it into my brother's arm. I pushed the serum into his veins. Haley went on the other side where Abby was and snuck in there as well and stuck her in the arm and injected the serum also. Abby and my brother grunted. Then they woke up. Their eyes fluctuated back to their own eyes from red. Abby's color went to red to blue. My brother's eyes from red to brown. What did you do? Abby said. Sister? My brother said. I did terrible things. I'm so sorry. You can relax now, brother. It's all over. What's done is done. There's nothing to fear. I said, hugging my brother. What happened? Haley? Abby said, looking at Haley. It's good to see you, my old friend. It's been a while. Haley said, what is this place? Abby said, it used to be the Quentin squad, but now you two are free from the darkness that corrupted you. And your soldiers need to go, I said. Then my brother nodded. Where's my child? Abby asked. Safe as he should be, I said. We both need to get you back home properly. Probably 5 years, Abby. Would you return to the Wolf Squad? I asked. Yeah, I would, Abby said, smiling. Your son is learning how to be a Wolf Squad member anyway, like his mother and father, I said, smiling. Well, we better tell the soldiers it's over, Leon said. Then all the soldiers came into the conference room, and my brother shouted, Quentin Squad reign is over. You can go back to your families. You've done a great job, but now it's over, Leon said with the signature Quentin Squad salute. The rest of the soldiers saluted back. Akmata! My brother shouted, Akmata! The soldier shouted back. He looked at us and said, Let's go. We have a city to defend. I guess I can read the last part of it. After all, it is the ending. I didn't know it was going to be a short chapter, but okay. Anyway. Chapter 7. A New Day for Aurorians. Haley, Leon, Abby, and me went back to lab. Everyone was very surprised to see my brother and Abby back normal. No more red eyes. I should say that their son had them. Abby and Leon said, We think you should have your son who have normal eyes. But he is fine the way he is. I mean, he's part of who he is. He's perfect in every way. He's our son. And he wanted to be that way. Leon and Abby said. It's settled. We will not turn his eyes back to normal. In fact, we want him to be the next leader of the Quentin Wolf Squad. When we go back to Aurora, I smiled. Leon nodded at it, so did Abby. Jessica moaned, then fell to the ground. Gerald ran as fast as he could and grabbed her and asked, Are you okay? Is the baby okay? Then we all looked at Gerald. What? We all yelled. Oh, she's having a baby. Gerald said excitedly, When did this happen? Haley asked. And where? I included. At the kids' party, while you guys were all outside. 2 weeks earlier. Gerald and Jessica were kissing roughly in the bedroom. He took his shirt off, and Jessica tore off her shirt. They both lay down on the bed. They forced themselves onto each other, leaving nothing on. Then, he had sex with her. And then they stopped, and they started to take a nap. Back to now. So that's why the bed was all wet, I said. Ew, come to think of it. They might have been where sweat, there might have been sweat DJ and I were sleeping in. Someone's a smitten kitten, Haley chuckled. Gerald blushed, and so did Jessica. We decided to get married and take care of the kid next week. Our marriage will come husband and wife. Dishon came in and said, So it is official, Dishon said happily, giving his twin brother a nudgie. Well, next year we'll have a new addition to a Wolf Squad too, I said, smiling. You guys aren't the only ones. Abby and Haley said. Everyone stopped and looked at them. Wait, you guys are too? Me and my brother looked. Asked, boy or girl? Zach asked. Both are girls. I can sense it. I said. Abby and Haley's jaws dropped. How? Haley asked. Never mind. Abby said. And yours, Jess? I could tell. I can feel it. He's a boy. I just know. I said to Jessica, and Gerald looked at me with their mouths open in surprise. You're a psychic or something? How do you know? Jessica asked. Well, I'm an empath. Everyone stopped, and their jaws dropped. Well, I guess it's time for her to be with their families, and time to write in a diary about all their past since the little space pod landing in here when it opened it. Oh my god. What? I said. You, Leon, and I have given a scholarship to a college, a spell of magic users. My grandfather went to this school, I said excitedly. That's awesome. When do we go? Haley asked. Well, we're supposed to be heading there next month, but now we can get a ride there. I said, a little extra space pod. Remember the old 3 people that can use to come back and forth from Earth now? Haley said, smiling. Yeah, you're right, I said. On this day, we found my father. Same my brother and Abby. Did that mean our mission was success? I said, putting my hands out. Yeah, true that. My brother and Abby said, putting their hands on top of mine, just like the old days. Dishon said, putting up his hand. Forget us now. Don't forget us now. Remember, Raymond and Dylan said, putting their hands on top of mine, like everybody else's. We're all heroes. We should remember that. We should do. Haley said, putting on her hands on top of the rest of us. Yeah, said the rest, putting their hands on top of ours. They lifted their hands. Go, Wolf Squad! Everyone clapped and cheered the building, just like before. We became heroes, just like the beginning. And we stopped the Squint Squad and saved New York. It's like taking a trip down memory lane. Hoy, that was the shortest chapter episode series ever. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this episode series. And wait till next time, okay? Hopefully you guys will enjoy more series to come. So hopefully I will see you guys all next time. And hopefully you enjoy the series. And stay safe out there. Don't get sick. We all love you. And see you later. Peace out. Love you guys. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you'd like more, leave down in the description in the comments what you think about it. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I really appreciate it a ton. And I hope you'll be able to see us all in another brand new episode of both either book or a vlog. So, yeah. Alright. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.